All right, everyone. So for the second half of the investigation, we have three parts, right? So part one is interaction between tapes. Part two is going to be interaction between the balloon and the tape. And part three is the interaction between the pen and the tape. So we are going to start with part one. Okay. Now remember, our investigative questions are: what is the charge of the pieces of paper? Those pieces of paper to the right. What is the charge of the top tape? And then what is the charge of the bottom tape? So here's where I'm going to explain what top tape and bottom tape are. So what you will need for this time around is you do need some Scotch tape. Okay, so take some Scotch tape, take about an index finger long, and then place that on your desk. What you're going to want to do at the very end, though, so it doesn't stick and you're able to grab it, is just fold the piece and tape it on itself like that. It creates a little tab. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. Okay, so you'll place that on there and then label that. We're going to label this B. We'll grab a different color because this one didn't work too well. So B, perfect. Okay, so that stands for bottom tape. So this is what I mean by the bottom tape. It's the one that actually got stuck onto the desk itself. Okay, so that's the first step. The second step is you'll grab another piece of tape, right? You'll cut it. It's about of similar lengths, and then make another tab on that one. Again, I'm just folding a little tab, and then put that one on top of the bottom tape. So what you'll want to label this one is T, and that's going to stand for top tape. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll just rub this down, and then you're going to rip the bottom tape out with the top tape on top of it. So you'll take this and 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now that you have them here, what you're going to do is rip them both off. Okay, so you will need a ledge. Just place, and you can already see that they are having some of that electrostatic force present. So you'll place that on the ledge, place this on the ledge, and then we're going to leave them there for the next part. The next part, you'll take another set of tape, right, and you're going to label it with similar fashion. So place the bottom, just repeat that process. So take one piece of tape, put a tab on it, label it with the letter B, right, stands for bottom. You take another piece and place that one right on top of the bottom tape. Okay, and I'm gonna label this one with the letter T. Now what you're gonna do, and we're gonna pause the video in just a second, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the bottom tape from the top tape. Okay, ready, 3, 2, 1, and then you'll pull the top and bottom apart. Okay, and then once you get to this spot, go ahead and pause your video. Okay, so here we have the bottom, top. They may have switched because we paused the video, but here this is my top tape. Notice the interaction with the bottom. What are they doing? What's the electrostatic force that's present? Okay, so notice what's happening to those tapes. Now I'm going to take the top one and place it near the top one as well. So notice what they're doing, right? What's the electrostatic force? Good. So again, was it attraction, repulsion, or no interaction? Okay, so that was the top. Okay, now notice when I bring the two bottoms together. Okay, so those are the two bottoms. Again, what's that interaction? Right, what's the electrostatic interaction there? And then notice the electrostatic interaction when I bring the top and bottom ones together. Okay, so again, did they attract, repel, or was there no interaction? I want you to go ahead and fill that into your data table below. Go ahead and pause the video and do that now. Okay, so now we're going to focus on part 2. And remember, part 2 was the interaction between the balloon and the tape. So right now I just charged this balloon, and actually notice the interaction is already occurring now. The electrostatic force interaction is happening now. And as I bring the balloon closer to these two, notice what's happening to those two pieces of tape. Notice the bottom, notice the top, right? What's happening? What's the electrostatic force present, right? Right, I'll do it one more time because I'm kind of mesmerized by that process. So good. So again, did they attract? Did they repel? Was there no interaction? And I want you to put that into the data table below. And I'll do that one more time. So as I bring the balloon close, and I actually do want to notice, this is about 7 inches away, right? There's actually a pretty strong force that's present, a pretty strong electrostatic force that's present between the balloon and those two pieces of tapes. Good. So again, go to your data table and write down whether this attracted, repelled, or was there no interaction. Okay, last part. There was a correction, and again, you'll see this in the Go Formative. It's not pen and tape, it's paper. So now we're going to see the interaction between the paper and the top and bottom of that tape. So I'm going to bring down the top first, right? And let's see what happens. So here is the top piece of tape, and I'm going to bring that to the paper, and it seems, oh, there we go. So notice what happened. Okay, so there is, and that's not that it's actually, the sticky side is the other side. So I'm able to bring that in, and I can actually collect pieces of paper with the top tape. Okay, so again, think about the electrostatic force present, and then I'm going to bring the bottom tape. So these may have been losing a little bit of charge because they've been sitting out, but let's try it anyways. Here is the bottom tape, and the bottom tape